Hey everybody, it's Dr. Akeem and welcome to another Therapy on Thursdays. Shout out to Pastor Barbara for allowing me this space. Today I want to talk to you about how to handle transitions. Truth of the matter is the only thing that's constant in life is change. However, if you and I will be honest, change is not easy. It's not something that we like to do. Most of us like to find a rhythm and we stay and are settled in our ways. But transitions are necessary in life. I remember pre-pandemic, a few months ago, my sister, who I don't get a chance to see often, we have different mothers, we were raised in two different houses, but it was an early morning flight and my sister and I were on the flight to Norfolk. I was headed to New Jersey. She was headed to Alabama. And it was a wonderful time. Although it was early in the morning, I'm not a morning person. We were on the same flight. We sat in two different parts of the plane, but we talked. We were on the same plane. And although we knew we had two separate destinations, what was interesting was when we got to Atlanta, which is where our layover was, we had to go two separate ways. It was almost interesting that even as adults, we didn't want to let each other go, although we knew we had two separate destinations. Transitions is something that no one is prepared for, even whether it's the transition of a loved one. I don't care how much time they give you. When that moment comes, it never seems like it was long enough. I don't care how prepared you are to leave a job, whether by voluntarily or involuntarily. If you have worked there 35 years, even though you're ready to go, to the relationship that one has built. I don't care how much you're ready for your children to get out of your home. You've raised them. When it's time for them to leave, there's always this difficult transition. My baby sister and I are extremely close. She's one of my closest friends in the world, and she's married, and I understand that as she moved to Texas. It was an interesting transition because this is the first time we've ever been that far apart, minus our college years. Transitions are necessary. No one is ever ready for them, right? But then they're necessary because we grow in life, and sometimes we grow apart, and growing apart does not mean that there's anything wrong. It just means we're stepping into the new season that God has for us. And so transitions are necessary. Snakes shed their skin, and sometimes clothes get to be out of season. That's why we take out our summer clothes and put up our winter clothes, because seasons have transitioned. And then sometimes transition really means that it's something new that God wants to do in us. Transitions can mean that God wants to do something new in us, He wants to do something new for us, or He wants to bring something new out of us. And so I know that for the last few months, none of us were prepared for this transition of COVID. And people, hear me, we are not going back to normal. Normal does not exist anymore. And I want to give you space to embrace all of the emotions that come with transition, whether it's a relationship, it's a career, a spiritual transition. Give yourself space to transition because it's necessary. I know you're not ready, and most of us go through transition kicking and screaming. But then we got to embrace that God wants to do something new for us. And the only way we get to what's new is to do something new. I hope and pray that whatever transitions you need to make, you're bold enough to do it, because you're not doing it on your own. You're doing it because God has ordained it to be so. And we still believe that He who has begun a good work shall perform it until that day. Thank you for tuning in. Next week, I am so excited to introduce our new guest, particularly for the month of August, in our Therapy on Thursday. She's our new minister of congregational care. She's not new to the SMZBT family, but again, transitions happen. And I'm so grateful that my big sister, Minister Dre Reed, will be leading us in Therapy on Thursday. She has such a heart to serve God and God's people. She's been doing a wonderful job with our ministry to women. She's been doing a wonderful job with serving as Pastor Barbara's admins for many years. I'm excited about what God is going to do while seeing her help us process through Therapy on Thursdays. Transitions are necessary. They're new, and no one is ever ready. But we trust God. I'll see you next week, same time, here on Therapy on Thursdays. Until then, in the words of Pastor Barbara, stay safe, stay sanitized, and let's Let's stay together.